Welcome to the Seed Creative Podcast, the podcast where we discuss both video production and just life in general. The goal of this podcast is the same as the goal of our business, to make a difference in people's lives. Hello, this is George Edmondson, not with MotionVFX.com today, but with the Seed Creative Podcast, coming to you weekly from here at Seed Creative Studios. Nick Golden is my co-host. Hello, Nick.
Hello. You sound so like radio talk show host today.
Yeah, I'm doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
All right, so today's topic, what do you do when you get in like a creative slump and you can't figure out what kind of topic you might want for, I don't know, say a podcast?
It's funny if I knew what to do in that situation.
Because you'd be doing it right now.
I'll be doing it right now because I have no ideas.
All right, so we're recording this podcast. We literally just hit record with absolutely no idea about what we're going to talk about.
And if you haven't clicked away yet, I'm surprised.
No, you shouldn't click away
Yeah,
because
don't.
I think that this is actually an interesting thing to discuss, because a lot of absolutely every creative person on the planet deals with what we're dealing with right now.
Yeah.
You have this amazing opportunity to create something, and then when you sit down and you're like, oh, I'm so excited, and you put pen to paper and nothing happens.
Yeah, and it's a real shame for us today because we were all pumped about the technical side of this podcast today because we're, if you notice anything different, tell us how it looks.
Yeah, we're live switching as opposed to editing in post. So we're editing on the fly right now.
And so hopefully everything looks and sounds good. Tell us how it is. Tell us if you like it. I hope you do because we're not going back.
So today's topic is honestly discussing what we were dealing with 3 minutes ago.
Yeah.
What do you do whenever you are in a creative funk? And I'm going to give you one of the answers. And this is, it sounds really difficult, but it's actually not.
Call your wife. No,
call my wife and she'll be like, yeah, do this. And then you're like, crap, that's a great idea. We'll have to do that next week because we don't have time to do it today. I actually had a meeting with a guy yesterday about this too a little bit. The best thing to do whenever you don't know what to do is just do something. And I have realized that literally is the key to forward movement, to progression. Now, you might start to progress down the wrong path even, but it's crazy how it works and how I've done this for long enough to know that even though once you get started, it's almost like just nature is just going to kind of shift you and mold everything that you're doing onto the path you were supposed to be on to begin with. And then it's like, oh, this is working and it's smooth now. So today, what did we do when we were like, we can't think of what to do?
We sat down and just started recording, which is basically
literally what you're seeing is what happened. What you're hearing is what happened. I was like, you know what? All right, well, we're just going to do something.
Yeah.
And then on the fly, I was like, what do you do when you
don't know
what to do?
Yeah.
You just do something. I really admire Nike, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Because I love their slogan, their saying is just do it. Like, it's so simple and it's so true. When I started this company, it was literally, I was in that position. No idea what I was doing. No idea what I wanted to do, really. I was like, I just want to do video, so I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to quit where I work, put a 6-month notice in, and then quit and just do something.
You coughed. Let's leave that in.
We'll leave it. Well, we have to because it's baked in.
Yeah, that's right. So are you familiar with like the Nike origin story? Because that's actually pretty interesting.
No, I'm not.
So I've listened to the audiobook. So basically,
is that C100 rolling? I don't see the red dot.
Does it have a red dot?
I thought it did on top.
Well,
Maybe not.
I mean,
Gavin's going to check.
the good news is we've been recording over there. As long as OBS is recording, we're good.
OBS is recording, right? Yeah. See, this is as we work technical difficulty. It is? Okay. Crap. Sorry. I guess we turned the red light off.
I'm not cutting anything out.
Great.
In this podcast.
Continue.
Right,
Nike origin story. I can't
remember his name. I can't. It's
John Nike.
Phil Knight, maybe?
His name was Nike.
No,
Nike.
Phil Knight. Knight. I can't remember his name. Anyway, when he had this great idea for, I might get some of it wrong, but like this is the general story. He had this great idea for making shoes, obviously, and he tried, it was kind of like a Thomas Edison situation where he tried like thousands of options, and, you know, they were melting like as runners were running, or they were getting stuck to the ground, like just crazy stuff like that. And he tried over and over again until he got one to work. And that's kind of where he came up with the slogan, just do it, because he was just doing it. He was like, all right, well, that didn't work. Let's just make another shoe.
Yep.
Let's use another combination of rubber and whatever else.
And he didn't give up.
No.
Like,
And now he's crazy, you know, rich and famous. And
is he still alive?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea.
Yeah, Nike's not that old.
I guess
so.
you're right, because in the Michael Jordan documentaries, I saw him talk about how Nike was like an underling to like Reebok and Converse and stuff like that.
I nailed it. His name is Phil Knight.
Phil Knight, good job, man. He does know what he's talking about, everyone.
Well, it's his autobiography, so I should have remembered for sure. But yeah, so I'll see what year Nike was founded. But they did the exact same thing.
They just do it, just get it, just get it done.
And I like companies like that like preach what they do. What's the term for that? Like they will always they are just walk. Doing it. Yeah, they walk the walk with Nike shoes on.
This is not sponsored by Nike.
Oh, it was founded in 1964. That's a little older than that.
Oh, it is older than we thought. Yeah, but they were still like not as big of a deal to like Reebok and Converse when Michael Jordan signed with them.
It was a different company, and then in 1971 is when it became Nike Incorporated.
Got it. Okay, cool. So when you're in a creative slump, what I have found the best thing to do is I would still come to the office, or I would still go in my office at the house.
Right.
And I would just sit there and I would say, well, I have to do something creative. And so I would edit vlogs, or I would, you know, obviously start emailing client or companies and try to get meetings set up and stuff like that. Or I would just sit on Facebook. And especially this is when, you know, when I started, Facebook was like kind of the social media. There wasn't not really anything else that you could message people on, like, and get immediate responses. And so I would literally sit there and I would just kind of look on the list of all my friends that were online at the moment and just strike up a conversation. And then just say, well, look, you know, I'm starting this business. This is what I do. Do you like, where do you work again? You know, things like that. Hey, who would I talk to if someone were to make a decision on like getting a video? I just want to meet with them. I just want to see if there's anything there. And, you know, it would turn into things, or it would turn into, well, I don't, but my uncle works for this person or whatever. And that would literally generate leads and sales, and I would just kind of follow. So in that moment, again, I needed to do something. I was in a creative slump. I was like, well, I'm just going to message people, or I'm just going to make vlogs or whatever. Just do something.
When did the business like reach a point to where, like, how long has it been since you've really had to like make a sales call? Like, obviously now.
Since I've had to, or since I've done it? Because there's a difference.
Since you've had, like, if you didn't, the question I'm asking is, how long has it been to where enough clients were calling that you didn't have to?
It's probably been about 3 years.
Wow.
That's
longer than I thought.
Since I've like had to. The thing is, though, is like I really like sales.
Yeah.
They're fun to me. I don't know. I'm like weird. I get like a rush. I'm like, yeah, like I got a sale. And then I'm like, oh crap. Like we've got so much going on. I should not have done that.
You go like Wolf of Wall Street mode? Or like
I've still not seen that movie, but I really want to.
I don't think you'll like it.
Really?
I watched it the other day, and this is something that you probably would have never expected to come out of. It was way more vulgar than I was expecting.
Yeah.
It was
I mean,
It's
yeah,
the dirtiest movie, the dirtiest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
No, I did not know that. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't care about some stuff, but like when it's like
It's kind of over the top.
Okay. Well,
Like not like it didn't make me like uncomfortable is not the right word. I was just kind of like, dang.
like
Yeah.
it almost unnecessary.
Yeah, I would say I think I got the point soon enough.
Yeah, it's
Do
unnecessary.
you know anything about it?
Not really.
Okay.
I've seen the one clip where Jonah Hill walks up and was like, "How much money do you make? I'll quit right now," and then he just quits. I've seen that one clip.
Okay.
That's
I
all
don't
I've
want to
seen.
anything. But
All right, so, yeah, since I've had to make a sale, 2.5, 3 years ago, since I've wanted to, or I mean, like since I've done it, I don't know, 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
and do you like doing it because it is like part of the creative process of, oh, I get to start a new thing, or it's a new client or a new project, a different thing that we get to do?
So, okay, so I guess I need to back up and redefine had to versus need to and all that stuff. So last week we talked about goals. So in that sense, I have to make additional sales if
Right.
I'm going to reach those goals. Now, we can pay our bills and everything without me doing that. So that's another reason why I'm motivated to continue doing it and continue making sales, just because we have those aggressive goals, and without them, we're not going to reach them. And so there's that. But then also it is, I mean, I'm going to go back to that. It's just fun to
Right.
me. Like I genuinely enjoy it. And I enjoy like meeting new people and creating relationships and talking to folks. Like you never know where it could lead. You know what I mean? And so that's another thing that I really just enjoy about it, genuinely.
Well, and that and your role is kind of changing, not like what you're selling is changed a lot. I feel
Oh,
like,
yeah,
too.
especially lately. So, for instance, we do not have to book video podcast clients. We don't have to.
No.
We're good. We're good with what we're doing. But I want to because it's fun.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
this is
different.
different. It's fun. And I think that we're filling a need that people did not think could be filled at the quality level and easiness level that we are going to do for them.
I mean, the calls are like coming in as
They're coming in
Yeah.
and we're not, that's the other crazy thing is I'm not cold selling.
And they're
I'm
all-
not cold calling. People are literally calling us and saying, "Hey, we saw your video, or we heard that you're going to be doing this. When is it going to be open? Can we get more information?" People that I have no idea who they are, where they came from, companies that I've never heard of before. And yeah, so it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and it's crazy how many people are interested just within like a 10-minute radius of
Yep.
here even,
Yep.
because it's just like it's such a format that people are interested in. So, I mean, anyway, so what I was kind of getting at with your like sales changing some is I think it's heading towards like big picture kind of stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
And like, for instance, like what we talked about last week, which is we talked about building a soundstage, and that is a form of salesmanship in a way, because you're gonna have to, I don't know, this isn't really sales, but like get the space and like figure out all the financials for the space, but then also you will have to then sell it to people.
Absolutely.
And for this kind of thing, when you reach that point, it does
We're
sell
hoping
itself.
it's going to sell itself. And that's what the studio has been kind of selling itself. The podcast idea and stuff has been selling itself. That's the great thing about it. So
Yeah, and I think
sorry, y'all. I'm just coughing a lot today.
I know I told you that
It's this dang weather.
yeah, it happens to me too. But anyway, I think I was talking to Jacob yesterday about this. Like, it's interesting to see the like shift in work that we've done just in the time that I've been here, to where like the projects just keep getting bigger. Like we did, like hold on, like we did like visit Tuscaloosa. Like,
A year ago.
is it just a year ago?
Mm-hmm.
Really? It feels like it was longer than that. Well, okay. So we did visit Tuscaloosa. It was fall. Like, so it was over a year.
A little over a year.
Yeah, okay,
It has
so-
not been 2 years.
Okay. That's why it feels longer. Anyway, so we did that, and that felt like the biggest thing. Like, it felt so huge, and now we're moving to do these, like, some documentary stuff with some people that we're talking to, and it's like that. It's not small, but like it feels like a stepping stone on
Absolutely.
the way.
Yeah, as they should, and as I would hope. And even so, back to the podcast thing, because we're just really excited about it. Even though those are going to be small, like, things, people come in and out, they make one, they leave, whatever. In the totality of it all, we feel that this is a big, big deal for our company.
Yeah, I agree.
Offering this service in a dedicated space, and streamlining the process.
Yeah.
It's going to be huge. I mean, we can already tell just from the people that are inquiring about it.
And when we post a picture of completed studio,
and we have a few examples because we've
Yeah.
already got people interested. We've got examples of us. We've got examples of our new clients that we've, like, literally just paid the deposit yesterday. Someone did, and she is. Can I just say this? So it's Mildred Black. She is probably one of the smartest people I've ever met. Like, that you can just tell when you start talking to her for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You're like, this woman's on another level, dude.
And she's also got the energy for it too.
She's got the energy, she's got the look, she's got the smile, she's excited. And so that's the other thing that we know. If someone is willing to want to be on a video podcast, they're already going to be outgoing, and it's going to make our job easier. It's probably not going to be some stuffy, boring person that is shy in front of the camera. It's like they're signing up for this.
Yeah.
They know what they're getting into, like her. And she's like, I'm ready. Let's go. Like, let's get this going. I'm so excited. I've got all these other ideas after that. Those are the kind of people we want to work with it because that's how we are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're like, oh, yeah, well, if we do the podcast, then we can also do this and this set and whatever. And that's exactly how she was.
Are you good at chess?
I'm okay at chess.
Okay.
I know. I understand enough how it works.
I love chess.
Yeah.
And I look at life and I look at running this business almost like a chess game. You're looking like 6-7 moves ahead.
Right.
And it's like, so if I do this, this will happen and I have to react to that.
Right.
And then this will happen, so I'm going to react to this. If I do this, you know what I mean? Like, it just, I love chess, man. I was the freaking, literally the chess team captain at Brookwood High School.
I learned something new about you. I did
Really?
not know that. I had no idea.
So I was the, quote, captain of the skateboarding club or president of the skateboarding club, and I was also the captain of the chess team.
Wow.
In like 7th grade.
I did not know that.
Yeah, dude, I love chess. And what was funny too, I remember the only tournament we ever did. I don't know why we only ever booked one because I guess there wasn't a lot of demand for that. Mm-hmm. But we sat down, and if you know about chess, you'll know what I'm talking about. So we sat down, and everyone's looking over at us because they know that I'm the captain, and they paired me up with the best player on, like, for the first round. Mm-hmm. And we're sitting there, and they're like, all right, start, and we start playing, and I beat him in 30 seconds.
What?
And I said, checkmate. And the whole room looked, there's like 15, 20 people in there. They all look like, and the little, moderator walks over and looks, and they're like, yeah, like he won.
Was it like 30 seconds of actual real life time, or is it 30 seconds of like the timer?
If you start counting now, within 30 seconds, I beat him.
What?
And he got up and he flipped the chessboard over and stormed out. And everyone was like, that was our best player. That was our best player. All this crazy stuff. And so what it is, it's called the 4-man cross, or it's also known as the blitzkrieg. And you can beat someone in chess in 4 moves. It's, to my knowledge, it's the fastest way you can defeat someone in chess. I could be wrong, but I believe it's 4 moves. That I know that it's 4 moves. That I don't know if there's any faster way to beat someone. There might be, but I knew that and I did it. And then someone looked at me and goes, "Did you do the blitzkrieg?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they were like, that gets him every time. No one ever thinks that they're going to start off that way.
Man.
Because they think he's so good, he's going to know about it. And so I did it, and it worked. But then what's funny is I played like 2 or 3 more people in law, and won, and then like some other guy just got me. I don't, because at the end of the day, like even though I was the captain, I honestly was not the best on the team. The best on the team was a guy named Kendall, and I think he ended up winning. So we won. I think he did. But anyway, he moves really slowly, and I'm kind of like, when I'm playing chess, I'm like, I move pretty quickly, which is weird because that's
the opposite
total
of
conflict.
Yeah.
And in total conflict of how we actually do run our company, which is really slow. So maybe I would have won those other guys if I would have slowed down a little bit. I don't know. But anyway, I love chess, and so that's kind of the story there. I'm glad that you learned something new. That's fun.
I think another, not to just use another metaphor, but I think this is good too, is I think what Mildred Black has and a lot of other people do, and you have it, is like, a lot of people see point A and point B, and they and a good example of this is like in marching band, you have 2 pictures that you want to make. You have set 1 and set 2, and you set 1 and you set 2. Okay. And you start in set 1, and then you walk over and set 2.
Yep.
And what makes a marching band great is not the ability to perfectly get set 1 and set 2. It's how they transition from set 1 to set 2. That's what's impressive, because most marching bands, or at least when you start comparing good marching bands, most will hit their sets, but how they get there, everybody has to take the same amount of steps and all that kind of stuff. And that's kind of how people that like her can see that she wants to get to set 2, but she knows how to go through the motions to get there without just trying to jump. Yeah, the most effective way. Yep. And another thing is, like in marching band, you want to take equal size steps in between each of the 2 sets. So, and she knows like she needs to go little by little and get there and take time to get there. And she's not rushing to do the next project. And that's kind of how we are too. So like when we say we operate, I forget what you just like slowly, like we take our time with stuff. It's not because we don't want to get there. It's we want to not jump the gun.
Yeah. And I guess I need to clarify. So I make business decisions very slowly. Like every decision about everything is slow pace. One of the things that we do try to do, however, is find the best and most effective, optimized, efficient way of working with our clients. And so it's like we work really quickly because we have taken the time to set up a process, kind of like what you're saying. With marching band, you don't walk out there and you're like, all right, guys, we got 1 hour, let's figure it out. And then you do it, and you do it really quickly, but it looks like crap.
Yeah.
What you do is you take your time, you figure out the process, you figure out the steps you're going to take. It takes long, long periods of time. But then once it comes down to the final product, you do it really quickly and really well.
And you also repeat the process a lot of times too.
Over and over and over. Yeah. So, obviously this podcast has taken many twists and turns, but guess what? We've been talking for, I don't know, a pretty good while.
Yeah.
And the whole deal was when we sat down, we had no idea what we were going to talk about.
We are good at just throwing stuff at the wall.
And we just said, you know what? If you don't know what to do, just do something. Yeah. Just do something. I don't know what it's going to be. I had a meeting with a guy yesterday. He's like kind of wanting to start this new business. And he's like, I don't really know. I feel like I have to quit my job to do it and all this. I was like, dude, you do not have to quit your job. I challenged him. I said, I want you to spend 15 minutes a day just doing something toward this new business idea. Whether it's writing bullet points down of the goals that you want to achieve, if it's creating titles for the because obviously we're talking about videos, creating titles for the videos, like not even the content in it, just the title. Because even just that title is enough of a spark. It's enough of a seed to be put in, and it's going to turn into something fruitful.
Yeah, like a really good example of that is, sometimes we start on projects and they become bigger than what they originally were going to. Like you did this documentary.
I started smiling when you did that because I knew where you were going.
You did this documentary where you initially were it was going to be a little smaller,
right?
But you put in extra work because you saw the vision for it more than you were contracted for and paid for. And they ended up paying you more later, but you did it because of the creative process and what you wanted to do. So,
and what happened with that documentary? Something. I just got a text.
We heard a ping, and that was very weird. All right.
They've already asked me this. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm pretty sure, not 100% sure, but I think it won an Emmy.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
Also, we forgot it.
Dude, I'm
episode.
so mad. You're going to have to just plug it in.
I'll just put it
because
on
it's not out yet. So he could go in there and literally just use your phone and go, hey guys, I just wanted to let you know, we actually did this documentary and we won an Emmy. All right, bye. Or be like, all right, I got it in. Bye. Just do it with your phone and plug it in there.
I mean, I could also just do it sitting right here in the middle of. I should say this is
say
for last
hello from
episode.
the future.
Hello from the future. We forgot to say that we had a documentary that won an Emmy, and that's in every episode. So now it's in.
It's a little Easter egg that we hope for all of you. All right, goodbye.
And that's going to be in this episode too, so that way someone knows when we recorded it.
Oh my gosh!
It's
Wow,
super meta.
that's incredible. Metaverse.
Yeah.
So you want to talk about the metaverse?
No. Are you a fan of the metaverse?
I'm a fan of the opportunities it can give Seed Creative.
Define the opportunities it could give Seed
Making
Creative.
video to put in the metaverse.
But it's just so we would have to make VR.
No, we wouldn't. Number one, no, we wouldn't. Number two, we can. We know how.
Well, yeah.
We don't know how. We know how to do 360.
Hey, we can buy that cool Canon lens.
Yeah. So that is for that is for VR.
VR?
Yeah, that is for VR.
Gavin's the
no,
expert
it's
on
not.
this.
It's for stereoscopic 3D. Thank you, Boom. I'm smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do what?
It's also 180 degrees, so it would work in VR.
Gavin
No,
said
it's not.
180 degrees.
It's not 180 degrees. No, it's for stereoscopic VR.
I just realized
It's literally just two fisheye lenses.
I just realized that we need to do an episode where Gavin talks about his TikTok career.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
TikToker.
Gavin is famous.
Gavin is more famous than any of us.
That is definitely true.
Like literally.
Well,
yeah, I think he is.
yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Gavin, what video has the most views?
Are you at 1 million yet?
Not yet. I've got one around 650.
650,000.
How many followers do you have?
Last time I checked, it was at 24.7 thousand.
He said 24.7 thousand followers.
Gavin has 25, which is a lot. I mean,
That's
I know
crazy.
that some people are like, well, they have 169 million followers. But it's like, yeah, but I don't have that many followers.
But also,
do you?
no, and also percentage of that community that
It's a very niche community.
Yeah, he
and
has
so
like
that's
the whole
good
community.
thing. Yeah, he is a concentrated and this is something we've talked about too, I think, on other podcasts, but it's a very concentrated, the people that are following him genuinely care about the content versus grandmas and random bots and people. You know what I mean?
And how it started was just him doing stuff. It's like exactly what we were just talking about. He just did it. He just was like, oh, I'm going to film me playing this game for fun and put it on TikTok because that'll be funny.
Something. Yep.
And next thing you know, or like what he does with all his renders and stuff in Blender, which, by the way, I haven't seen. You got anything new?
Aren't you you're going to be doing something for this new video, aren't you? The weight thing? Yeah. So Gavin officially is about to do his first Blender stuff for pay for Seed Creative. I told him several months ago, I was like, if you want to get serious with this Blender stuff, look at ways that you can learn that will actually add value to what we do. And here we go. Nicholas Coker yesterday was like, hey, could you do this? Could you model this or what? Find models or whatever and put it in 3D and 360 and all that good stuff. I don't
so
understand
glad
it. But
they
Gavin's
do
like, oh
this.
yeah, that's easy. Oh yeah, that's easy. No problem.
I'm so glad they know how to do that. Because I understand enough to do something super basic.
So we can get real obvious here, what he's going to do. Possibly, I don't know. We could possibly do with MO2.
Yes.
from motion VFX.
Yeah, and that's something that we would. That's how we would.
That's
do
how
it.
we would do
Yeah.
it. But what he's going to do is probably going to be better because I would like Gavin. Are you going to model them out, or are you going to like find like high quality models?
If I can find the high quality models, I'll probably do it that way.
Yeah.
I'll figure out a way to model some.
So the thing about Gavin too, though, is like he knows all the ins and outs of how to make things like photorealistic.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to do that. I'm sure MO2 can do it. I just don't know how.
and they
I'm not
know.
that
They're
smart.
both. Yeah, they're both like, I don't know. I'm just so glad that they do that. And I also think like there's just so many new things. I think this is interesting to talk about too. There's so many new things that Seed is doing right now. I feel like the podcast is still new. There's animation that Coker did, which we're going to talk about on a future episode, which is he did the South Park animation, which we kind of already talked about, but he did it for an event that's coming up. And now they're adding stuff in Blender and all this crazy stuff, and it's just like, whoa, like it's like we're doing client, documentary, podcast.
Should we
animation.
also talk about the fact that Motion VFX has ordered a podcast from us?
Yeah, also Motion VFX,
And it's like a
ordered
totally
podcast.
different, separate thing. Like where we're going to do a one video podcast a month.
And you'll be the host, right?
I'll be the host.
Yeah,
That's the
so-
current plan. I mean,
Yeah.
things can change, but we're gonna try it out. We're gonna do like 1 or 2 episodes, see what people like, and if they like it, we'll do more.
Is it going to be video or
Yeah,
and
it'll be this,
it'll be
but
both?
me doing like a Zoom call. But one of the contingencies that I put and it's like a loose contingency, but it's like a hey, we really want to push and try to work with these people and have them record locally and
Yeah.
then send it to us. Or actually, well, we talked about it, and actually, we will send the content. They will send their content to Motion VFX, and they'll just do the editing.
Right.
So it's gonna like take it off because I explained like we're really busy, and we already are doing a lot for Motion VFX, and we were like, well, let's figure out a way to work together, and we'll make it like good and easy for all of us. So the current plan is we'll record the content, they'll record the content locally, we send it to Motion VFX, and they edit it.
And you can just park in our podcast studio
Yeah,
when it happens.
that's it.
Yeah.
Hey, this is a great podcast.
This was a great podcast.
I'm really excited.
It started rough. I'm glad you made it through. Thank you for watching the whole thing.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job. What you just saw is literally the product of us sitting down with no plan,
Yeah.
and we just do it. And now we have a good podcast that I think was valuable information.
And now we're ready to actually record a podcast. Oh, we've been recording this whole time?
I hope so.
Uh-huh.
Gavin's been over there switching.
Gavin's just pressing buttons.
I'm
on
paying
black
him to just
screens.
switch buttons. Hey, watch this. Because we're switching this live. Gavin, go. Oh, Gavin, come back. Did you fade to black? I want you to like switch all the cameras really fast. Go. Ah! Oh my gosh. Oh, this is crazy. Oh yeah. If you're not watching the video, this is going to sound really weird. All right.
Did he fade to black?
He faded the black, then he came back.
I'm leaving it in. That's
Oh, okay.
funny.
That is funny. Yeah, we're just trying this new thing out. I think it's going to work, but all those cuts, all those edits, that was real time, buddy.
No, I had to sit for hours meticulously going.
B.
Well, no, I did 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If it's multicam.
Okay. All right. You know what? We're done. Love y'all. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
This podcast was produced by Nick Golden with executive producer George Edmondson, edited by Nick Golden and Gavin Manning. Be sure to subscribe, drop a like and a comment. Tune in every Monday for brand new podcast content, and we'll see you on the next one.